According to the news, everyone hates their Medicare Advantage plan. According to surveys of actual people that have Medicare Advantage plans, they are overwhelmingly satisfied. Remember, when you're watching the news, happy people don't make the news. Only people that are upset. And I'm not saying that people that have complaints about Medicare Advantage are not justified, but there are 30 million people on Medicare Advantage. The vast majority are happy. Yet this week, a lot of media outlets reported, NPR, Kaiser Family Foundation, several reported that many people feel trapped in their Medicare Advantage plan. So let's talk about that. What does this trapped mean? Can you get out of it? Yes, you can. You can always go back to original Medicare, government Medicare. You can do that only a certain time of the year. That would be during the fall, October 15th through December 7th. But you are guaranteed to go back to government Medicare A and B. That is your federal right. They cannot deny you. You're never going to be in a crack where you don't have anything. You either have your Medicare Advantage or you're going back to original Medicare. Before Medicare Advantage, about 10% of the population only had original Medicare, government Medicare A and B. That's all they had. So when Medicare Advantage came out, it was a great alternative to only having government Medicare. If you only have government Medicare, it was because you couldn't afford a Medicare supplement. So we're mixing arguments here. Okay, people that can afford a supplement, I want you to buy a supplement. Hands down, buy a supplement. Typically a G, maybe an N, maybe a high deductible G. Buy a supplement if you can comfortably afford it. Do not look at Medicare Advantage. Medicare supplement insurance, I hate to say it, is for the rich. Now, when you're 65, you're richer than you will be at 70 and 75 and 80, right? Because of inflation. So you might be able to afford a Medicare supplement at 65, but with 5 to 10% a year rate increases, you might not be able to hold on to it. And then you might move into Medicare Advantage. That seems to be a natural progression for people when a Medicare supplement becomes too expensive. So now you're terrified of Medicare supplement. You're like, well, I'm just going to have original Medicare. I'll just have government Medicare because I don't want to be trapped. This is a great diagram. If you have a Medicare Advantage plan, you have a maximum that you can pay in a year. That's it. Now you have to consult your plan. It might, if you're in California, it might be $2,000. I have one this year, it's $850 maximum. But there are almost 4,000 Medicare Advantage plans in the country. You got to look at your plan. We have to look at the plans available to you in your county. And the average this year, maximum out of pocket, we'll say is around $6,000, $7,000. Okay? That's in network, $6,000 or $7,000. After that, anything after that will be covered by the insurance plan. So you have protection. Now, original Medicare, government Medicare, has no maximum out of pocket. If you have cancer treatment and you're getting chemo and radiation, maybe one of my friends had to go through 3 different rounds over 3 different years. If she had a Medicare Advantage plan, she'd pay the maximum, whatever it is, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 per year. But that's it. If she only had government Medicare, she'd pay 20% of every one of those chemo and radiation treatments. It would cost her about $100,000 a year, $50,000 to $100,000 a year. No maximum out of pocket. Consider that when you slam on Medicare Advantage and say, I'll just have government Medicare. There's very few times I would ever tell somebody, just go have government Medicare. If you can't afford a Medicare supplement, I would almost always say, look at Medicare Advantage. And the question is, can you go back? Are you trapped? With a Medicare Advantage plan, you can always go back to a Medicare supplement plan, the Holy Grail, the Cadillac plan, if you can answer the health questions. And that's what that whole article is talking about. People that are unhealthy older Americans cannot go back to a Medicare supplement. They can't qualify. But unhealthy older Americans chose a Medicare Advantage plan typically because they couldn't afford a Medicare supplement plan to begin with. While you are healthy, buy the best insurance you can get. And if that's a Medicare Advantage plan, don't feel trapped later on that you can't get out of it. You can always go back to original Medicare. Talk to us before you make that leap. Let us, our team, give you some free advice on why we would typically never recommend that. And let us do the math comparison for you again, like I talked about if you had chemo. if you have a transplant, if you're on dialysis, if you have open heart surgery. Medicare Advantage plans give you protection with an out-of-pocket maximum that you will not get with only government Medicare. If you find this kind of information fun, educational, a little depressing, but helpful, subscribe to our channel.
If you like this video, you might really like this video. Check it out. And we'd appreciate if you subscribe to our channel so you never miss a great video. We put out one every week. Check in the description below this video for a link to our cheat sheet on Social Security and Medicare. And you can also give us a comment. If you have a specific question, always feel free to call us or email us at the Medicare Family.